When did boxing come into my life? When I was a teenager, just started high school, I was interested in a lot of different sports. So I played field hockey. I was on the gymnastics team, which I loved with a passion, and the track team, which I did to stay in shape for gymnastics. Didn't love it, but it was okay. And then there became an opportunity to take a martial arts class. That was my introduction and kind of a quick path to boxing. I got involved in a traditional martial arts. It was like a Japanese style martial art. And a friend of the teacher from Portland, Maine, joined the Peace Corps and ended up over in Asia. The person that he studied with did kickboxing and boxing when everybody was doing Kempo in the United States and Taekwondo. Actually, we did things like suppers and little sales events to earn money to help bring this guy to this country. He wanted to move to the USA. So a group of people, and I was young, I wasn't part of the organization of this, I just helped out with some of the fundraising, but brought him to this country. And he said that all this karate and like martial arts was a bunch of baloney. It didn't work. If you ever had to use it in an actual fight or self-defense, it would not work. And the whole class transformed over to boxing and kickboxing. Pretty much everybody left except for maybe 5 or 6 people. And I stayed, and I think part of it was being serious about gymnastics and track kept me strong enough to keep up with the people, which were all guys in the group. And so that was my introduction. Everybody that was kickboxing was required to go compete in boxing too. And that sparked an interest for boxing, which tends to be more detail-oriented. It's called the sweet science, and I can see over the years I've grown an appreciation for that. There's a lot of detail in the footwork and the rhythm and how you leverage punching and then the whole strategic part that's involved in the fight. Bare Knuckle Murphys came to be with 3 people from that original group under this teacher that was brought over from Asia. We decided to open this gym together in Manchester, and just me remaining now, but that was how it all started back in the late 70s. I did not box at that time because women were not allowed to box until the 90s. So now I'm beyond my athlete years, and I've had 2 children, and I'm taking somebody to box at an event, and I see there a woman on the card, and the rules had changed, and now women would be able to box. And I had actually gone through pretty extensive back injury and was rehabilitating from that, and thought, well, while I'm rehabilitating, maybe I'll just get myself really strong and get in there and compete in boxing, because it is something that I would love to do. And I know that there's a timeline on when I would be able to do it. Unfortunately, I had already aged out of the USAB Olympic boxing rules. So I took my birth certificate and changed the date to 10 years younger so that I could box. I think I come from a family of people that we were brought up to try to do things to help make the world a better place. So that's an important piece that makes me want to continue. Also, people that were in here for periods of time in their life, and I've seen them go on to do wonderful things, and I feel like this is part of their discipline. What I look for in athletes that are planning on competing, it's pretty broad, because you definitely have to have the discipline to go out and run pretty much 6 days a week. So it's like you're on a track team, like an 800 runner on a track team. The ability to know that if you lose, it's a learning experience. And that person just might have done something that you hadn't worked against on that day, or maybe they'd been boxing longer, and just be able to stay cool about it and go back to work.